Hello everyone, Ace here, and today I have yet another update regarding Arch, and the attempts by SJWs to try to cancel him. Simply put, while progress is most certainly still being made with Arch's email campaign, it would also appear that the Jesus Arch Christ meme made by yours truly is starting to bear fruit as well, as we've now managed to trigger an entire magazine. Specifically, the publication known as Let's Talk Wargames, which is still fairly small and new with only 2 issues made so far, but nevertheless I would say that this is demonstrating that the meme campaign is working as well. Now to start off what I'm talking about, Let's Talk Wargames magazine has apparently discovered my video in which I actually said that Leaky Cheese is the Judas to Arch's Jesus. He then followed this up with another tweet suggesting that many fans of Arch seem like the sort of people that would, quote, take things too far, and absolutely deserve no place within the community. Now, in case it wasn't already obvious, Let's Talk Wargames magazine isn't just talking about Arch anymore. In fact, he's not only being critical of me here, but he's even being critical of many of you, the viewers, saying that you do not have a place within the tabletop wargaming community. This is something he even goes on to further elaborate on in his later tweets, saying that he's after very specifically toxic behavior. But when his extreme and, quote, absolutely mental example of toxicity is me making a meme which refers to Arch as Jesus, that should tell you just how low the bar has been set. Anyways, when I first discovered these tweets, I actually decided to send them off to Arch, as I know he's compiling a whole bunch of examples such as this that demonstrate the sheer lunacy and unhinged behavior of the witch hunt that is currently after him. As a result, Arch, now back on Twitter under the username ArchChrist, his name be praised, decided to have a good laugh. And shortly thereafter, many of his followers decided to voice their concerns to Let's Talk Wargames, as well as try to get them to further elaborate on their particular position. Now, as a result, Let's Talk Wargames has actually decided to back down a little bit, saying that they aren't really in favor of gatekeeping, and also aren't really in favor of banning people either. They just don't want toxic people to have a place within tabletop wargaming. Now, for those of you who are not aware, this is actually a perfect example of what is known as doublethink, as Let's Talk Wargames is holding 2 completely contrarian positions at the exact same time. For to suggest that he's not in favor of gatekeeping while at the same time saying that certain players should not have a place within the community are themselves fundamentally contrarian positions. In addition, it's also a completely toothless position to hold, as keeping certain individuals you personally find undesirable out of wargaming actively requires gatekeeping in order to enforce your aims. Now, I do also have to mention the fact that Let's Talk Wargames has also repeatedly made the claim that their goals here are in no way political, that they just want the toxic members of the community out. Now, there are actually 2 specific issues with this particular claim. The first being that the witch hunt that has been levied against Arch is indeed very political, as it originated very specifically from the Sigmarixism community, whose motives are simply put to cancel Arch because he politically disagrees with them. So in other words, Sigmarixism itself is not acting in good faith when they claim that they are quote-unquote offended by the jokes that Arch has made on Discord and in a single video. Now, it is entirely possible to be charitable towards Let's Play Wargames here, as well as play devil's advocate in saying that no, they didn't necessarily know the political inclinations behind the whole attempt to cancel Arch. But even within that context, Let's Talk Wargames becomes little more than a tool, or a quote, useful idiot. But this also brings me to the second issue I have with Let's Talk Wargames' claims that they are being apolitical in their statements. And that is the very simple yet very real double standards that are on display here when it comes to enforcing the rules on what is or isn't considered toxic. Because apparently, me making a meme that refers to Arch as Jesus Christ and Leaky Cheese as Judas is somehow considered toxic. Yet going back to the Sigmarixism example, the fact that there are members within that community that unironically view Jews the same way that National Socialists did in 1930s and 1940s Germany isn't considered toxic, or at least not toxic enough for Let's Talk Wargames to say something about it. In other words, if Let's Talk Wargames standards are as apolitical as they claim, then they simply have to call out Sigmarixism the same way that they are trying to call out Arch. In fact, they have to actually call out Sigmarixism much more due to the sheer toxicity of social justice as an ideology itself. So if Let's Talk Wargames actually does see this video, then they do need to know that I'm waiting for them to actually hold Sigmarixism and the rest of the SJWs up to the exact standards that they are holding Arch to right now. Because I'm the sort of person that will believe a person's actions far sooner than I will believe their words. In any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.